Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT7 and welcome to the episode. We got ourselves quite another awesome combo video. In this episode I'll be using two cars, the Alpine A110 at Tokyo Expressway. I'll show you guys the full build for this car. And after we get done with that particular build, we're going to switch gears and use a car that I had a request from GT Planet. It's going to be using the classic Toyota GT1 at Sardegna. So I'm going to showcase both cars, where to get them, how it's all explained, and then I'll be able to show you guys both builds and gameplays from both races. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the episode. So starting off now with the Alpine A110, just go to Legends Car Dealership. As you guys can see, it's back into the game. Here it is in the main menu. It's going to cost you about 330,000 credits just to buy this car. This car is very, very reliable to be used in both Tokyo Expressway and Le Mans. So I highly suggest you grab this car. Matter of fact, I did remember this car did become the meta car after the Tomahawk was taken out from PD. So this is a really good, great car to use. Very reliable, very quick, very lightweight as well. So that's how you get the car from Legends Car Dealership. All you just need to do is just obtain 330,000 credits just by earning prize money or by selling a car, and you'll be good to go. So after you grab the car, I am running a different livery, but the main thing is to be focused on these rims. It's going to be FN Racing RG2. Just make sure you just copy the stats from these wheels, and you should be good to go from this race. So after you grab these wheels from GT Auto, let's go ahead and check out the build for this car. As you can see, here's the build I have for my car. If you want to go ahead and just pause the episode, you're more welcome to do so. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. I had to nerf the overall HP and had to make some adjustments on both the fully customized differential and the front and rear downforce. Here's a look at the second page. As you can see, I do in fact have the medium RPM turbocharger in the car and steering angle adapter increased by rigidity, and that's practically it for the car. So as we get started with the race, this car overall is very smooth and very quick. Once you go into 4th gear and 5th gear, this car is like a rocket. Like I mentioned before, this car has a huge advantage, especially when it comes to the weight. Now, another thing that's also great about this car too is this car has really good fuel mileage as well. So you can see the number on the bottom right, our laps remaining for our fuel is actually increasing by a good bit. So if you are careful with this particular build, and if you're like, let's say, a manual transmission driver, you might have a very great shot to actually run this race without having the need to make a pit stop. So this is going to be a huge benefit as well, not only to get this race done faster, but you'll have a huge advantage over the field since everybody needs to come to pit road and get themselves some fresh tires and fuel. While this car, you don't necessarily to worry about that. Now let's say if you're an automatic user, and of course the game might be revving the engine revs too much, I say for a recommendation probably be on map 2 or 3 and just play with the fuel map and see what it does. As long as you have more laps remaining on your fuel tank compared to what laps you have left in the race, you should be in good shape. Now if you're curious on what the handling is on this car, the car does have some really smooth handling as well. You probably are going to rely on gravity in some of these corners and just let the car roll into the corners a little bit. You might have to brake a little bit early too, since this actually is a older model race car, but other than that, the car should do just fine. I mean, you can see we're within easily the top 5, and as you can see, we're catching to the older generation present just a little bit. So, you know, the car, like I said, not the best when it comes to straight acceleration or anything like that. But when it comes to genuine speed around the top speed area, then the car is really good. So we actually make contact with the Supra, but we're going to get ourselves a nice little exit out of that corner. We're going to easily bypass the Supra since our car is literally a very lightweight car. And then further down the road, we're going to actually catch up with the RX-7 rear mirror and catch it and get P2 shortly after crossing the first lap of the race. So very first lap, not too shabby. It's going to be a 220.1. As you can see, got ourselves a lot of tow from the RX-7 and going to go ahead and grab that lead, or P2, right as we started lap 2. Fast forward to lap 3, as you can see, we have actually caught up with the race leader. We're actually close to where we were the lap previously with the RX-7. Now we're going to catch it, but we're not going to make a pass just yet. We're going to be riding with the Hondas a little bit more. As you can see, we got ourselves a great slipstream. We're going to pull off the side to get some fresh air. As we go in the corner, we're going to send it and we actually do have the preferred race line. We're going to be side by side. The car actually just sticks to the track very well, and we're going to actually take the lead away from the Honda, having that preferred line, and just like that, we're going to take the lead in this race, and after that, we're going to actually run away from it. So, fast forward to lap number 11. It's going to be our hot lap for the race. I really encourage you guys to watch this hot lap, and then I'll see you guys when we get to the end of the race. Alright, so as soon as we start Sector 2 on lap 12, on the last lap, we're going to go ahead and move our map number 2. We're going to stay on this mode until we actually do get to the end of the race. As you can see, we actually did manage to get just enough gas to make it to the end of the race without having to be the worry of coasting. So that's a very good, strong build in my calculation. Very strong, very quick car. 25:53 was our total time using the Alpine A110, and you know, I highly recommend using this car. No pit stop requirement. Very affordable to get as well. Got ourselves that standard bonus as we make contact with the Supra, and that's going to be it for race number 1. Let's go ahead now and switch over the gears to race number 2 with the Toyota GT1. Now, in order for you to actually get this car, same method, you gotta go to the Legends Car dealership. But as you can see, unfortunately, in this list, it's not in the game yet. So hopefully, it will show back up. If not, then you're good to go. So after you have the car, let's go ahead and check out the livery. This is actually a new livery I've actually added to my main account in the newsfeed. So if you'll follow me in the game, there's my profile, Jeffrey GT7YT. That way, if you do some episodes and you want to copycat my liveries, you're more welcome to do so. So here's the livery. If you guys want to actually have this in your car, it's going to be the Guru's Racing livery. Now, the livery, in my opinion, doesn't really matter that much, but if you want to have a new look for your car, then there you go. So after you get your liveries all situated, if you want one, let's go ahead and get straight into the builds. So here's the main build I have for this car. It's going to be medium racing tires. Here's the suspension. If you guys want to pause the episode, just copy down the numbers you see on the screen for the first part of the list. Nothing too crazy or out of the ordinary. So pretty much similar to the first race. And then for the second part of the list, it's going to be pretty much standard. As you can see, just +2 on the brake ballast and strong for the anti-lag system, and that's going to be it for the build. So pretty simple, just nerfing the overall HP, adding just one ballast, and just playing with the front and the rear downforce, and you should be good to go. So let's go ahead now and get started with the race at Sardegna. Now I'm going to do first is going to go ahead and move our map to number 3. We're going to be in field map 3 for the first stint of the race, which is going to be until our first pit stop. And the reason why is we're going to try to allow us to go to a bit further run to our pit stop and then after our pit stop is complete, we'll then move to map 1, and we can go all the way aggressive in our second stint of the race. But for now, we're just mainly focused on going to the front, and at the same time, we're just going to be on map 3, save some fuel, and try to stretch to run as long as we possibly can until we actually get to our pit stop. So you can see, very smooth first lap so far. We've actually caught up with the Corvette. Going to make a move on his right side, going to short shift to third, and get ourselves a nice run out of that exit. And then we're going to go ahead and chase after these next couple of train cars right here on the left side as we pass the Audi, the WRX. Here's another WRX and this BMW right there. Put ourselves to P8, so very smooth first lap overall. No hiccups, no slowing down so far. I would say just look out for that turn. As you guys saw, we actually had to catch it just a little bit. If you're not careful, you will spin out very easily with this car, so just be on the lookout for that corner. We're going to be held out by the Aston Martin. We're going to actually bulldozer over it and make our way through that corner. This was actually our 5th, 6th attempt, so I was kind of getting a little bit annoyed. So I thought just keep going and see what we can do with this run, having some damage on the front of the car. So as we get done with the first lap, it's not going to be too shabby, which was a bit closer to the front. We're going to be within the top 5. We're going to get ourselves a nice run out of the exit of that corner. We're going to split between the Supra and the GTR, getting ourselves 3rd place as we cross the stripe. We're going to go ahead and try to make a move on the Mercedes-Benz on the outside as we send it down the first turn, a bit too deep, but we actually did manage to work it out with that car. Get ourselves back to the power as we go through these corners very nice and smoothly, trying to be as accurate as possible for this track. We're going to go ahead and brake right here. We're going to get a nice left to right motion with this car, and you can see there's the racer right there. We're going to go ahead and just send this car deep into this next corner, trying to cut the majority of the lead of the Viper. As you can see, we can now see the HUD of the Viper. Short shift to third, get ourselves a nice run out of that corner. Also going to get a nice little tow from the Viper and then make a move, and that's going to put us as a numerous leader for the race. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward to lap 8. We've actually did manage to survive a long way, so we actually have officially make it to the halfway mark of the race, which is actually a mission complete on our part. We're going to come to pit road, we're going to coast right at the last possible seconds. Going to go ahead and get ourselves a new set of mediums and get ourselves some fuel. Now for the fuel situation, I would recommend if you're going to go all the way out to map 1 like I'm about to in this next stint, I would say just refuel the car all the way up with fuel. That way you can put yourself in a much better position and put yourself in a barrier rather than just having to play with the fuel mapping and having to short shift or just save some fuel in the race. So just make sure you just have it all the way up to 100%. We're going to leave the pit road. We're going to stay in map 3 until we get to the next small straightaway. So in this next corner, we're going to be on map 3, and then once we get the car straightened out and once we get to a nice flat area, we will then be able to switch back to number 1, and then we can just rock and roll from that point forward. So as you can see here, get to the little small straightaway, put that baby back to number 1, and then just like that, we're going to start and go a bit more aggressive in this next run. So lap number 10 is going to be our official hot lap of this race. I'll really encourage you guys to watch this hot lap, and then I'll see you guys when we get to the end of the race. So as we fast forward into the last lap, you can see we're actually at 0.8 laps remaining on fuel. So what I'm going to do here is to play it safe. We're going to up our fuel map to number 2, and this should pretty much seal the deal for us to be in the good for our fuel load. And thankfully we were in the good, so we're going to head past the Corvette, put a lap down, and we actually did coast right at the end of the race. I probably could have done maybe about 3 to play it safely, but other than that, a very strong, quick, very good, effective overall result. It's going to be a 24:15 for our total time, so a very fast, quick run with this Toyota GT1. Matter of fact, it is a more improved run than I did a couple months ago. So 133.5 was our fast lap on lap 10. 24:15 was our total time, putting both the whole field up 2 laps down at the most. Get ourselves that clean rest bonus, and that's going to be it for the episode. So hopefully you guys, matter of fact, enjoyed today's episode. And if you guys are looking forward for the next episode, it's going to be using the McLaren MP412C, a real classic, especially if you're a race fan from the old days of Forza Motorsport 4. This was like the one car that was in that game that was pretty popular in that game. So I'm going to use this car at Tokyo Expressway 600. So looking forward for that. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and leave a like. If you guys want to check out my other social accounts, there they all are, with all kinds of setups, hot laps, and all kinds of stuff as well. You can check those out. If you guys enjoyed today's episode and like to see some more of my content later down the road, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. It would be highly appreciated. I always appreciate all you guys support the whole channel. And if you guys have any suggestions on any particular builds in the future, why not go ahead and write down in the comments below as well. And with that all being said, and if you guys want to check out that last episode, there it is right there. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.